That's what's simple. I'm a simp, a pimp, a dimp, simpleton, right? And simpletons say that things are simple when they're actually not. It's counterintuitive. The thing that sounds and looks simple actually is not. If you do it like it's supposed to be done. Being disciple, yep. The suffering leads to that. Suffering, suffer a lot. Suffer like a robot. Suffer a lot. Suffer. It's actually indicative of suffering. I can't wait. I said, yes, he taught us how to suffer better, y'all. I told Pastor Tim, I was like, ugh. He taught us how to suffer better. He's like, I heard that. And so Pastor Tim started walking around me. He's like, I like that too. I heard that too. I like that. He started walking around me. I said, yes. And I was looking at the door when I said this, so Pastor Tim is facing the other way, but he's walking around me. I said, suffer with a smile. He said, wait, Jamie, wait. You want to take stuff too far. Suffer a lot. Suffer like a robot. That's not a song. I just say the stupidest things that come into my mind, like you do, right? We love God, but we don't like Jesus. Stupid. I love when my dear did it. She did it undercover, right? And maybe I should do it like that myself. When somebody say something stupid like that, I should be like, stupid. But my dear was quiet. I just said it out for y'all, right? So y'all can understand how. Do it stealth. Stupid. And the person kept talking and kept saying stupid stuff. Stupid. So she just kept saying it. Stupid. And the girl was like, my dear. That was her granddaughter. She was like, my dear. She's like, what? You're being stupid. Sometimes we say some dumb stuff. We want God. But God didn't tell us to do no mountain. Jesus told us what to do with the mountain because he enabled us to do it. If it was for Jesus, we wouldn't be able to do it. Right? You have to keep wearing tassels. Them tassels. I don't like them tassels on my scarf. I trip over them. That's for y'all. Them tassels. What do you tassel for? I already graduated. Graduated. I already did that. I did that already. You know I do this again with the tassels on the scarf. Most people understand is that the tassels don't make any sense unless there's oil dropping from them. Unless you are anointed and oil is falling from your tassels, why are you wearing them? You don't need that blanket, the extra blanket. Get a coat. It's cold outside. Why you got on a blanket? And the yarmulke, that's yarmulke, like the TV, Yamachi yarmulke. That's what that is, right? You don't need that. The time for the Yamachi is done. Jesus already came. What are you covering your head from? You better take the Yamachi off and hope that oil hits your head. Because tassels dragging the ground will just trip you unless you want to end up meeting now unto him is able to keep you from falling. Jude 24. And present yourself quickly, faultlessly, faultfully before his throne. Unless you want to fall real quick, take them tassels off. It's not helping you. I don't understand it. The tassels supposed to help them get closer to God. Help me get closer to God, right? Lois had the stanchion. She had the oil. She had the slapping Bible with the big fingers. She had some big fingers apparently. I had to ask him about that. But I don't think that was really indicative of his fingers. That was just real long on the Bible, right? So he had some long fingers on the Bible, and it looked like he's going to slap. Oh, so I call it the slapping Bible. I just do, because why else would you have fingers long like that? She had all of that and was still beating me to death. I don't understand it. You got everything. You've been equipped. It's because of the fact that you got God on Sunday. What time service start? From 9:30 to 12? What if we go out to eat with Pastor Keisha and Harmony and Dustin or whoever come? Or Dale? You got God for like 3 hours a week. The problem is you don't understand. What if God is calling you, right? And then the state that you are in, he's calling you like you have been calling on him, right? And you seek him for 3 hours a week, and you don't seek the whole him. We only want a third of you, God. We want the third that we understand, that we have applied inside of our religion. So we seek the third, but we leave the other 2/3 behind. What happens when you get the 3 hours with the 1/3, right? What happens if you get 3 hours with the 1/3? What happens to the rest of your week then? 168 hours? And you got 1/3? You got 33% for 3 hours. hours, right? If you got 33% for 3 hours, then is it true that you got 66.67% in 2 hours and the 99.99999999999999999 in the 3? Is it just the 33, a 66.67, and the 99.999? If you say that for whole 3 hours, no, sweetie, you're getting the same 1/3 for 3 hours. You're only getting that one side of him. What if I get married and somebody says, Jimmy, I don't like your right side. I just want your left. I don't want your sheep side. I just want the goat. I don't want your righteous side. I just want the I want the. I don't want. I picked maybe I picked the right side, but then I leave on the left. I picked the right side. I want to be with the right side. I think the right side is righteous, but I leave the left behind. What happens when I decide what side of my God I want to take this morning? What happens when I decide I want to judge God this morning? Right? I want that God this morning, but I get attacked to that morning. What happens? So we hang out with too many people, and when we hang out with people, we don't pray about the people that we hang out with. We invite everybody to our party. I was in bed yesterday thinking. I couldn't do so much thinking because obviously there's activities going on here that should not be going on. So I couldn't do too much thinking. The Holy Spirit got through the pain of it and said, Jamie, you gotta be careful who comes to the party. Right? From Haman to Herodias, the wrong people are attending our parties. Yeah, I think of the story about Herodias. Anytime I hear Herodias, I automatically think Lois. I know. That's so weird, right? I think Lois. That's so weird. Lois was Timothy's grandmother's name. Eunice was his mother and Lois was the grandmother, right? But Salome was Herodias' daughter's name. I said, well, grandma named you bipolar. You got Timothy on one in the first name, but you got Salome in the middle. Grandma named you bipolar. I say that to her. You know, I say it out loud. Sometimes we think stuff, we just don't say it. We don't say it. Keep it to ourselves. Because I got Jamie and Elizabeth honest. I got Jamie and Elizabeth. I actually inherited Jamie from because of the fact that Bionic Woman was playing when she rolled me down the hall and out of the hospital. Bionic Woman was playing. I enjoy having a name like that because of the fact that there's strength behind the name Jamie. There's strength behind why she named me Jamie. It's almost like she did not name me herself, but she left it up to God. Maybe. This ain't my job, so I'll name her whatever comes on the TV. That's what I will name her. So I was named Jamie after Bionic Woman, except what happens when Bionic Woman's real name is Lindsay Wagner? What happens? I named you, but I named you after someone. Think. Here comes Samantha. I named you, but I named you after the Switch. Let's play Name That Tune. Ready? Here we go in the 80s upgrade. They had an extension to it. Made it better with the extension. You're still named after a witch. Extension or no extension. Extension in your mind or extension in your hair, you're still named after a witch. You're gonna have to fight it. What happened? When? I was named after somebody that does not exist. And check it out, now I don't. I don't. I said, God, what's up with this? And the only person I've really been mentioning anything about this too is Miss Andrea. I said, what's up with this? I could be in a casket. Not a skillet. I want some chicken. That's part of the problem with Jamie. Jamie will start a conversation with Jesus and in the kitchen. And with food, and with food, and with food. God could be in a casket, and neither of those two people would care about it. Why? Because they never cared about me. I was the bargaining chip, you see. I will marry you if you can have this baby. So she had me. Grandma said I was the only baby that was wanted. I was the only baby that was wanted. I was the only baby that was prayed for every single day for 3 years. Prayed for every single day for 3 years. Lord went to the altar and prayed for me to come. The problem was James was not praying with her. You guys have heard me say that before. They gave her keys to the church, open up the church doors, right? Because they got sick of her calling them, telling them, come open up church doors. I need to pray today. She was praying every single day. You talking about Hannah praying? No, it was worse than that. She was praying like that, with that fervor, except it wasn't effectual. That's why it took 3 years. It wasn't effectual, it was just fervent. She was that fervor. Her lips was moving, but nothing was coming out of her heart, right? She said these people worship me, but their hearts are far from me. They worship me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me, right? Because from her lips, she said, give me a baby. But from her heart, she said, because James wants it. Because the moment she came home to me, she stepped in the door, she said, give me my baby. And she handed me to my older sister. Out of 5 kids, I was the only one I was prayed for. And grandma said, oh yeah, you wanted, you desired. She wanted you. But don't think just because somebody's asking for something in prayer, they want it. If you see them asking and begging for something in prayer, and you don't see them get it, it's because of the fact that their motives are off. And they are not actually asking for what they are asking for. What they are asking for is the extension of the thing. I'm not asking God for this baby, but what I really want is what this baby will bring me. And when I did not bring that to the family, he gave her a ring, but he did not promise anything. She wanted James, so she gave him a Jane, and still he left when I was 10 and I have not heard from him. And I mean, I've gone decades recently without hearing from her. She's narcissist. The only way I will hear from her is if I call her. And Pastor Randy was like, don't you do that. He's absolutely right. God told me don't do it. And then Pastor Randy came in and confirmed that thing. I never told him what God said. That was what, 5-6 years ago? Don't you call her. Sometimes what feels like pain, right? Feels like pain is something being snatched from me. It's God blessing thee, right? Sometimes I have to get to a low spot, a barren place, so that God can scrape the gunk out of me, clean me. Since Pastor David has come, and I've been talking to him and talking to Miss Andrea and working with Miss Linda and working with Kirk, right? Since that has happened, nobody knows this, but I've never felt so happy in my entire life. Does it get hard at night? Yes, and I'll let them know just how bad last night. Proud, right? They did not fix it because they are not supposed to. I don't want you to fix it. I want somebody I can talk to. I want to be able to tell you this is bad. I don't like it. And even Kirk said, he said, Jamie, every time we get on here, I always ask you what's going on. He never asked me testy either. We're there to talk about medicine. That's all we're there to talk about on Tuesdays. First thing he asked me is what's going on. We do not talk about any prescriptions until I talk to him. He said, Jamie, because I've come to know you. I know you. You need to work your stuff out by talking it through. If you don't talk it through, it ain't happening. Three-person stool. Pastor David never knew that I talked to each and every one of them. That's the best gift that they can give me. I don't need money. I need an ear, you see. I need your ear. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. Absolutely not. Problem is, if you gotta lend me your ear, then it never belonged to me. I need somebody that will give me their ear. I need your ears. Faith comes by hearing and hearing by the word of God. If I love you, I won't speak detrimental things into you, even when I'm dumping myself out. I will speak things that are not of God into you. Give me your ear. I want to know you. people that I could tell things to that I don't tell anybody else. Give me your ears. Get it? Give me your ears. And I love it. Truth be told, while I'm doing it, I hate it. But after I'm done, I love it. Anybody dealing with anything, right, that seems like it's extreme? Know this, it always seems bigger when it's inside of you. When I have something, then I feel like I can't tell anybody because they'll look at me like I'm crazy, right? Doesn't those things seem to feel like they are filling up my chest? And so they look at my organs and they bump my organs out the way, right? It seems like they're taking room inside of me. They're making room inside of me for themselves. They take room and make room for themselves in me, like they're never going to move out. But if you have walls in your life, the best thing that you could do is start talking about the foundation of the walls, the things that hold the walls up. Because check this out, I just realized it while I was saying it. Walls cannot stay up. A house cannot stay up. A building cannot stay up if you get rid of the foundation underneath it. Once the foundation is gone, then that wall, check this out, is unsafe because it will blow in the wind. You will kill somebody with a wall that has no foundation under it. Because they could get crushed, but that wall will be moving. Move the foundation. Shake the earth from underneath you. Move the foundation and watch what God will do. We're grounded. We're gathered. We go. I got it. And we grow. I'm not kidding. Alright. Yes, I did it. Because I haven't looked at it in a while. So I wanted to see if I will remember it. We're grounded. We're gathered. We grow. And we go. If Pastor David preached it and I cannot remember it, that will tell Jamie about Jamie. That will tell Jamie about Jamie that Jamie does not care. That Pastor David preached about something and Jamie does not care about it. 2 weeks running. What did Pastor David tell me? Well, it's actually now 3 weeks ago. What did Pastor David tell me 3 Sundays ago? Obedience. We stood in the hallway. Well, not the hallway, but it's a foyer. And we were standing off to the right side. If you're walking into the building, it would be off to the left side. And it was standing in front of that first table. And he said, obedience. What do I need to be obedient about? Y'all know what I'm going to say. Mind your business. Mind your business. The point is, I remember. Do you remember what God told you? I said, okay, that's my E-dance. That's my E-dance. Because you keep working on it. It tells me, first of all, that I'm done with James 1:19 to 21. I've worn that thing out. I taught Pastor Trent something, and now he's walking around saying it. I taught Pastor Trent about the breastplate falling off, and he didn't realize it because he came back to me next week and repeated everything I told him. I said, oh, really? He's like, yes, your breastplate melts. Because if you're angry, your breastplate melts. I was like, he's listening. He was listening. But I don't wore that thing out. I mean, I still ride it like Zorgo. I still ride it, right? But I tell myself, don't get angry, Jamie. Just do it. So when Pastor David said obedience, he didn't know. I didn't tell him anything about what Trent said to me. Pastor Trent said to me. So he said obedience. I said, yes, this next step in the journey. This next step. Obedience. I don't know why I'm always growling. I just do. I don't know. It's fun for me. He said obedience. I said, yes, that's my next leg of the journey. Is obedience better than sacrifice? I said, no, that's not it. That's not what I need to learn from this. Because if I come from James 1:19 to 21, and then I lead into obedience, then it's not going to be a passive obedience. It's going to be an actualized, intentional obedience. What are you talking about? Without anger. Without anger. Without anger. And I thought about it. His sermon from his last church. He said it. He said obedience. That means doing it the first time without back talk, with a good attitude. And I can see myself up there like obedience, like it's a PSA, obedience, right? My thumb's in the air, obedience. After he says that, but you don't really need to do that. But obedience, doing it the first time, without back talk, with a good attitude. And I said, where do I fall in this? If he's telling me to obey, I'm not being obedient. See, some of us refuse to look at the situation like that. But if he's telling me to obey, he doesn't always tell me to obey. I don't walk up to him as soon as I walk in. He don't say, hi, obedience. He don't greet me with that. So he's telling me to obey, and it's because of that I'm not doing it. So I said, what part of these three things? Because that's how he defined obedience. And I remember it why. I saw the video last week. I remember it why? Because of the fact that I care. I care what he thinks. Doing it the first time, without back talk, with a good attitude. Here Jamie slides in. Obedience, right? No, but you don't need that. What part of this am I not doing? It's funny how it's a three-part thing, right? Do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly before your God. It's kind of like that Micah three-part thing, you know? Then I think that's just their definition that they made up. Do it the first time, without back talk, with good attitude. I know what I was asking him for. Or asked him if I could do. And he looked me in my eyes and said obedience. And he made my insides like fry, like melt, like I feel like my bones turned to butter. Like it was just like my bones turned to milk. And not good milk, not the good kind of milk. The bad kind, powdered milk. You know powdered milk, carnation powdered milk. You gotta stir it real fast, and it always tastes like a cup of bad breath in the morning. No, it doesn't taste like a cup of bad breath when you drink it in the morning. It tastes like a cup of bad breath after you woke up, you haven't brushed your teeth in the morning. It tastes like bad breath. Morning bad breath, not like I'm mourning because I smell your bad breath. Maybe a little bit of that too, but it just tastes like morning bad breath. It tastes like morning breath. It tastes like that. It tastes like it. And you look at it and you see the water is cloudy and the bits are spinning in it. I never liked milk anyway, but the reason why I won't drink milk, I think it's because of carnation powder milk. Well, because you cannot get it to mix properly. There's always powder in it that should not be in it. When you measure out properly, you cannot get the powder to mix in it like it should. If I follow the directions, right, and I make cornbread the way I'm supposed to, I get an even tone mixture, and I cook it for the right amount of time, and I take it out when I'm supposed to, and I let it sit for the right amount of time. It comes out perfect, right? And I don't even need to look at the box anymore. I've gotten so good at it that I can do it without the box, right? But I can also look at cornbread that was not cooked according to Jiffy laws and rules and tell you did not do that right. You need to do your first works over. Well, what's not mixing here? Entreat me not to leave thee. Nobody's going to want to hear that if you're not being obedient. You need to do justly, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. It's a three-part process always. If there's something important, it's always a three-part process too. It's the triune God. It will follow like the story of triune God. They said you need to do it immediately, right? Do it when you're told. Without back talk. With a good attitude. Had to slow my roll on that one. Which of these three things, if not all of them, was I not following? I'll tell you which one was blatant. Doing what I'm told. When I'm told. Well, they told me what needed to happen, and I was asking if I could do something different. He just looked at me, and I knew it was coming. I wanted to run, but I couldn't run. My knees locked into place. And so I said it, and he just looked at me, and I was like, oh, like, he looked at you. It's like sometimes my knees locked into place. It was like, kang. My knees just kind of like, kang. Right, they locked, and I can't move. Like, I felt like my knees betrayed me. I didn't like that. You ever had your knees betray you? It's not fun. I couldn't move. And he just said with a one word, obedience. Like we already told you what the answer is, obedience. Now, that's doing it immediately, like doing what you're told immediately. But what about without back talk. Did I fall short there? Absolutely. Because I was coming back, as I was already told what to do, I was coming back to ask, but can I do this? Instead. It's always an instead. You don't realize you never present it as an instead. Because if you present it as an instead, then it sounds like you back talking. If I present something as a, instead of doing what you told me to do, how about I do this? How much favor do you think you're going to give with that? I'm going to present this as an instead of what you said. Because I want to do what you said. That's what I mean. That's back talk. They say something, you say something back. No, don't do that. Nah, I normally wouldn't do that. No, not to him. Absolutely not. I'm scared. No. But I went and told him. I said, what if I do this? I offer him an option of me doing something different. I think a good parent will see right through that, right? See right through when you are trying to manipulate not only him, but the situation to get what you want done and accomplished in. Better than that, with a good attitude. Did I have a good attitude? No. Because without a good attitude, I would have been happy about doing what I was told to do. That means put a smile on your face about doing what you were told to do. So I would have been happy about doing what I was told to do. I wouldn't have been asking. But what if but how about but what about if I do this? Instead. Obedience. I like definitions in dictionaries because you can line yourself up, but I like definitions in the Bible better because you can line yourself up against it and see where do I fall in this. For example, before I go into the Haman versus Herodias pandemic, might as well be pandemic because people died. So before I go into the epidemic, that's just a sickness, but this was a pandemic. We're going to that. Let's talk about giving your ring to the wrong person.
I've been on my own for a long time, thinking about the way that you don't mind.